Well, what is going on, guys? My name is Johnny. I'm here joined by NASCAR Opinion, Vanilla Wafers, and the Motor Minister. We are here for our fourth ever NASCAR draft. It's a segment that you guys seem to enjoy. You seem to like. I think people on Tyler's, I should say Vanilla Wafers channel, like it a little bit more than people on my channel. Thank you guys, Vanilla Wafers fans. You've been helping us fuel up the vote numbers, so that's good. We'll take a tally real quick. So Tyler has a win. Armani, the Motor Minister, has a win. I just got my first win. And Will, NASCAR Opinion, one above me on the screen here, is still searching for his first win. But perhaps that could come tonight because he is actually the person that gave us this idea, an idea that I think we all like, but we know it's a little difficult. We are drafting tonight the greatest one-time winners in NASCAR Cup Series, keyword there, Cup Series history. So here's how these drafts work if you're watching for the first time. We are going to do a snake draft. We each will pick 4 one-time NASCAR Cup Series winners to field a team of 4. And then we will rely on all of you all to help us vote who has the best team. You get 30 seconds to draft your driver. Again, this is a snake draft. So the person that drafts first in the first round will then draft last in the second round, and it snakes its way back and forth, basically. So 4 rounds, 4 picks each, 16 one-time winners total. With that, let's get started. If you have watched before, you know the very special Hat of Destiny, signed by Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, and the true mystery driver. Perhaps the mystery driver is a one-time NASCAR Cup Series winner. I'm not sure, but tonight we're going to say that he is. All right, here we go. Our names are in the Hat of Destiny. I'm going to close my eyes. This is big. Tonight's draft order could decide a lot. First up. Oh, Vanilla Wafers.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Nice. Look at that. Look at that. That's the first time this is nice and clear on the screen. All right, Tyler will be drafting first. And also, you can follow along on the board, on the screen there, to keep up with the picks as they happen live. All right.
This looks inappropriate.
That would be Armani. You can see there, the Motor Minister. There it is. Armani will be drafting second. Let me put this in. BW. MM. All right, here we go. Looking similar, I think, to last. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I forget.
I think this is the first time I ever gotten the first pick.
I'll be drafting third, and that means Will be drafting fourth. That's tough, Will, but you do get the back-to-back pick. So I actually think that could benefit you. Let's fill in the names here as we follow.
We said that already like 3 different times, and every single time that person has finished last place.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
True. Although, oh no, I had the 3rd pick, I think, last week in one. Or did I have 4th? Maybe I did have 4th.
I don't know. Either way, Will hasn't won, so that's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah. Wow, we're cursing big time.
That's the first time I've cussed in a video before. I just dropped that.
I just want to say welcome to the Winners Club. You know, it's nice to have you here.
No, I'm glad to be a part of the Winners Club.
Welcome.
Will, what's it feel like to be part of the Losers Club?
Yeah.
You know, it just is what it is. I want to thank my sponsors back at home. You know, it's just been a rough season.
You know what's kind of funny?
I can still make the championship 4.
Well, you know what's kind of funny is Will is winless this season, and well, Will's favorite driver As a matter of fact, he's also winless this season. So
Yeah.
I think it's
He must
perfect.
have been reading the transcript of Chase Elliott.
He must be. He read the script. He followed the Chase Elliott script in 2023.
As we know, we had some technical difficulties last time, so we got to get on with this draft because I don't know how much, how long this piece of crap computer is going to sit here for. All right, so Tyler, you will be drafting first. You will get 30 seconds on the clock to draft your NASCAR one-time winner in the Cup Series. Tyler, you're on the clock.
So I was going to pick a guy by the name of Dick Passwater, who was able to get a victory. And what a freaking name that is.
But my pick.
But I am going to be going with an absolute legend in motorsports. I am going to be going with the one and only Mario Andretti. For those of you who do not know, Mario Andretti used to run a part-time schedule for quite a few years, and it was before IndyCar, Formula One, all of them started up. There would be the Daytona 500. He was actually able to win the Daytona 500. That's his only win. I mean, there's no other option for the number one pick besides Mario Andretti.
I like the pick. I think it's probably the right pick. I would argue maybe there's somebody else.
But I think that's the right pick.
I agree.
All right. Will's telling you that's the right pick. Well, Armani, you are now on the clock.
So, thinking about it, I try to go off of, not only how...
No, dude, you're going off a freaking computer screen that you're reading other people's picks.
Yeah, he literally said he watched a video to prepare for this.
I got to do my research. Anyways, so I originally was going to pick one driver, but then I had another guy on my list, so I'm going to switch to him. I'm going to pick, with the second overall pick, the 2008 Craftsman Truck Series champion. I'm going to pick Johnny Benson with my pick. And the reason I'm picking Johnny Benson, he has one win, but he did fairly decent in the Cup Series. But again, he's a champion in NASCAR. I mean, how many champions in NASCAR can you really say that you have on the list?
Dude, to pick him with the second pick.
He was on my list.
Two pick at best.
Oh my gosh, that's like a round 4 pick. Yikes.
I'd say that's a round 2, but definitely for the second pick, I don't think so. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I hope the fans are looking at this like, wow, that win, that one win that guy had. I mean, that is career.
The fans probably don't even know who Johnny Benson is.
You know who's gonna absolutely gain your vote, Armani? Is gonna
Ultimate
be
23 Dragon.
Ultimate Dragon 23. She's like,
what's
going, baby?
Johnny Benson fan?
Do you know whose vote he did not gain? Raja Karuth. You did not gain his vote. Because him and that 23, they're beefing.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I'm on the clock. There's a couple ways I can go here, but I'm gonna save the guy I like. Hopefully I can get him in the next round. I am going to go with the 20-year-old who won the Daytona 500 for the Wood Brothers, Mr. Trevor Bayne. His second Cup Series start as a rookie. He wins the Daytona 500. Are you kidding me? We all remember Trevor Bayne for one thing and one thing only, winning the Daytona 500. I guess maybe now you know him for like being on TV every now and then, but most of the time you only knew Trevor Bayne for winning the Daytona 500. It's probably the most when it happened for like people kind of our age, it was the most shocking thing.
100%.
So I go Trevor Bayne with my first round pick.
I think that was a top 5 pick for me, and I think that was the first. Like, remember they used to say anybody can win plate races. That's what defined anybody can win plate races.
Yeah, for sure.
And who was the first one to believe in the weekend? The GOAT, Jeff Gordon. He saw it coming.
Well, Will, you're on the clock now.
Am I on the clock?
You're on the clock, starting now.
So I originally had another driver, number 2 on my list, but I've got to try to win one of these things. So I'm going to go with the driver who I had listed number 3 on my list overall.
Okay.
And I'm going to take him number 4, and that is going to be Mr. Wendell Scott.
Good pick. Good pick.
Very good pick. I like that.
1964. Remember, originally they took it away. NASCAR was a little different back then. And ultimately, rightfully, he got the victory. Hall of Famer, one of the few people to only have one win and be a Hall of Famer. Actually, he might be the only one now that I look at my list. So, Hall of Famer, Obviously, broke a lot of barriers for the sport. You still talk about him today. I'm taking Wendell Scott, number 4 overall.
So the guy I just said that I think he can slip to the next round. That was the guy I was thinking of. He did not. It's a great
No
pick.
way.
Yeah,
It's-
you're risking. Yeah, I didn't think you'd make it.
Yeah, I mean, look, he has to be a first round pick in my opinion, but I thought he would slip. So, all right, Will, you're back on the clock now.
So I still think I can't take my guy that I had number 2 overall because I don't think anybody knows who he is. So that's a problem. I feel like our fan voting base is younger. So I can't take the guy I want to take. So here's who I am going to take. We're going to use a little recency bias. I'm going Shane Van Gisbergen.
Nice pick.
Good.
Okay.
Now, obviously, the cars are so road course oriented now, it makes a little bit more sense that it could happen, but the dude did it in his first ever start. And, like, we never thought this would happen. I literally remember going, I was like, he ain't going to run that great. He'll run top 10. Freaking wins the thing. So, number 5 overall, we're going Shane Van Gisbergen.
The fact that he was the first, is he the only driver in modern era to win?
Modern era. I think there was one guy. I thought he was the only one ever, but I think there was some dude in like the 60s that pulled up one Saturday night and
a bunch of them in the 60s, yeah. But modern era, he's the first. He was the first one in like I think they said like 61, 62 years.
Unbelievable. That was so cool. You just looked at that. And it wasn't like it was a horrible race either. It was actually a fun race, but everyone's jaws were just on the ground. They're like, oh my God, he just mopped the floor with these guys.
Yeah, and it's literally changed his career path. He's literally coming to NASCAR.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
All right. Well, I'm on the clock, and does anybody know what I'm doing right now?
I can't see you, so
here we go.
What I'm doing is actually I'm opening a pack of cards. Okay, and what is this card? What is this? Oh, it's an RCR number 27, Tyler Hewitt.
Getting hard for Menard, baby.
There it is, Paul Menard. You have to pick Paul Menard, the Brickyard winner. Will, you just talked about the fact that to win the fans over, you need the names, okay? You need Vanilla Wafers yelling hard for Menard, baby. You have to have him. And I like my squad right now. I've got Trevor Bayne. I've got Paul Menard. I've got a good squad. And my favorite number, my birthday number, 27. He won. I think he's the last guy to win in 27. He has to be, I would assume.
Yeah.
So easily picking Paul Menard. So, he's a top round pick. He has to be.
Does Johnny just go all 2011? Those drivers same year?
See if I could do that.
You can, at least for another pick. There, if he's there, you definitely could.
Yep, that's right. You can.
Until Armani gets it right here.
Yeah, until Armani totally takes another guy way too high.
Yeah, Armani, you're up. I can't believe he picked Johnny Benson with the second.
Number 2 overall. What?
Oh, he hit his camera.
He hit his camera. What's he doing?
Wait, can you not see me?
Your camera went off. There you go. There you go.
Hold on. We good? Yeah, I went to look at my list. Okay, so we got a couple options here. How much time do I got on the clock?
I'm gonna give you 15
seconds.
Seconds because yeah.
You know what? This guy might be a reach.
7.
But we're just reaching anyway. I'm gonna go with a driver who won a crown jewel race over 10 years ago. This is a reach, but I'm gonna go with Regan Smith.
All right, there we go.
Regan Smith,
little high, but he's on the list.
Won the Southern 500, beat Carl Edwards to the line, got Furniture Row Racing their first ever win in the Cup Series. Regan Smith, one of the fan favorite underdogs of NASCAR, in the past. So I'm going to take Regan Smith with my pick.
It's a good pick. I mean, I think he's either second or third round. So that's who you're talking about, Will, right?
That was. Hey. Remind you, though, he's really a 2-time winner. We'll never forget NASCAR. We'll never forget NASCAR.
I love what Mike Joyce said. Smith gets the flag, and this time he'll get to keep it. I was like, oh, stick it to him, baby.
What I was really hoping to happen is that Regan and Tony both got tossed because then Menard would have won.
Yeah. And then I wouldn't have been able to pick Menard.
You wouldn't have been able to pick the GOAT.
All right, who's on the clock now? Oh, Tyler, you're
Oh,
up.
it's me. So there's one pick here that I think we have to get here automatically in the second round, because putting them any lower is going to upset people. It's actually, believe it or not, the only champion that has retired and is not in the Hall of Fame. Bill Rexford. For anyone who does not know, he's considered one of the most forgotten NASCAR champions, but we need to pay respect to this man because he only has one victory, but he was able to win the championship back in 1950. I think a NASCAR champion here as just only won one race, having it as the second pick, I think that's a huge pickup for me.
I had him number 2 overall, but I understand it's hard to rightfully he has to be there, but it's hard because again, he's forgotten.
Yeah, I'm about to set I don't know your fans as well, Tyler, but I feel like a lot of people don't know who Bill Rexford is, unfortunately.
If I lose because of that pick, I'm not going to be upset because I would have felt really upset if he was like in the 4th round or something, because that would just look bad. It really would.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, Tyler, you are now back on the clock.
Oh my! Now this is where things get really tough because I don't know which route I really want to go with. This might be a dumb move on my part. I mean, this might be like the number 42 pick, but I'm going to go with a driver who's currently running for the championship right now in the Xfinity Series. I'm going to go with Cole Custer as my 3rd pick here. He was able to get a victory his rookie season, able to make it into the playoffs. Now, there could be some other drivers who are currently running right now who have gotten only one victory, but I feel like Cole Custer, there is a lot of opportunity if he is stuck in the right equipment. Most importantly, Stewart Haas Racing getting better in their product, then I think he can do really good. But just on the Xfinity Series side alone, he's been very, very dominant down there. So that's why I'm going to put him in the 3rd round. I think there was a few more drivers I could have went with above him, but that's the one that popped up to me. So I'm going to go with Cole Custer.
I'll say the interesting thing about Custer's win that I think makes people like truly forget about it is it was during COVID and in front of nobody. But like, if you rewatch that restart, it was epic how like well he played that. Like he took the top line, made it 4 wide. Like it was like a sick moment, but just nobody was there to watch it, so nobody like gave a crap. But he was on my list. I was probably going to pick him next. But yeah, we'll see. All right, so Armani now back on the clock.
So this one might be a little bit of a reach, and to be honest, it's not even necessarily for the rock. We good?
Yeah. I'm just making.
Yeah, we're just laughing at you.
Every single pick, you're like, now this could be a reach.
This guy isn't really necessarily for the driver, but more for the story. I'm going to take on my 3rd pick. I'm going to go with Brett Bodine. Because
there you go.
Because his story on how we got that win. If you guys don't know, 1990, North Wilkesboro, scoring error is he probably shouldn't have won that race, but due to a scoring error, potential scoring error, he got his one and only win. One of the most interesting stories in NASCAR history, especially how a guy gets his first and only win.
Yep.
This is the one that I'm cool with. Again, not really for the driver, but just the story around how he got that win.
No, it's a good pick. You look at like probably the forgotten Bodine brother. You know, you've got Jeff Legend. I think I assume Jeff is a Hall of Famer.
I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but he was the best of the Bodine brothers.
Yep. And then you've got Todd. And then of course we've got Brett here with the 1 win. Yeah, I was looking at his numbers, though. He actually was pretty good. I'm surprised he only got 1 win.
He was similar to like a Menard career. I mean, he was around.
All right, I'm back on the clock. And I feel like my team right now is fan favorites. So I got to go with another guy that I think will get the fans amped. The Hendrick Motorsports driver of Casey Mears. Time winner, the 2007 Coke 600. I'm winning this. I know for a fact I am winning this.
Nobody knows who Casey Mears is, but yes.
Oh,
here's the problem with Casey Mears that I feel like he's had such great equipment throughout his entire career. 1 victory, and it was a fuel mileage race. It ended up being a fuel mileage race.
One of the worst Hendrick drivers in history.
Yeah.
And he drove for
Oh,
Hendrick.
don't get me wrong. He was
I
my
am-
next pick if you didn't pick him.
Well,
He was
that
my
was the
next
reason.
pick.
Let's go.
I think he was going to be a round 4 pick, in my honest opinion. That was just me, though.
Wow, this draft is going so much easier than I thought. I
The
think we
problem
can.
is it's going to get real tough like the last 2 or 3 picks.
Well, that's what you think, but I think we can just end this right now. We can just give me the 2 wins, and then Will will still be stuck at 0. But speaking of Will,
That's
he's
all that matters.
back on the clock.
Okay, well, I really like the Mears pick because I kind of wanted to pull up the sentimental heartstrings, but now I don't know. I feel like the older guys aren't going to pull as many votes. So my next pick, I'm going to go with a little more recency bias, and I'm going to go Daniel Suarez.
Yep.
Okay.
International player. You get the international flair with Suarez winning. Was he the first Mexican-born driver to ever win a Cup race?
Yep.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Got that. There's a lot of support for Suarez. It was pretty recent, 2022 for Sonoma last year. It was pretty big at the time. I mean, it was a big to him, huge for Trackhouse. So I'll go Daniel Suarez for this pick.
Good pick. Very good pick. And now you are back on the clock.
There's some older guys I'd love to pick here, but I just feel like I can't risk it. This guy, I don't know, but I feel like you have to put him at some point. Give me Austin Cindric. Wins the Daytona 500 in 2022. I feel like people forget it. Like I forget all the time he's a Daytona 500 winner. But
Rookie to win.
500. I mean, he's a huge win. He can't win a bigger race than that. So with my final pick, as much as I'm nervous about it, give me Austin Cindric.
There's 2 ways you could go here. All right. And I'm going to give them to you quickly. So you could go the best active driver right now with 1 win. You could do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with an active driver that won a rain shortened race for Spire Motorsports, Justin Haley. The interesting thing about this win is he basically just outsmarted the field. Like he really did. And because not everybody, but most people pit. And he was like, you guys are pitting? Like, are you guys looking
I don't
at
think he made the call.
What?
I don't think he was the one who made that call.
Well, that's true. That's his team, I should say. But just like one of the huge shocks, like when you tell people, yeah, Justin Haley, yeah, he won a Cup race. They'll be like, what? What are you talking about? But he did. He won at Daytona. It's his only win. No offense, Justin Haley, big fan. I assume that probably might be your only Cup win.
Wow.
Sorry to say that.
With Rick Rare Racing, baby.
But hey, prove me wrong, man. But 1 win, Justin Haley. Another bit of, recency bias. I think hopefully the fans help me out here. All right, Armani, you're back on the clock now.
So I mean, if we're gonna go off drivers who are currently in the Cup Series today, I'll go with basically the last one on the board, and you can argue has had the most success out of all of them because he's made the deepest playoff run, I believe. I'm going with Chase Briscoe. 1 win last year at Phoenix, nearly completed the Cinderella story, somehow almost made it to the championship 4 last year. Despite Stewart-Haas Racing struggles, he's seen as the future Stewart-Haas Racing now with Kevin Harvick retiring. He's homegrown, big fan of Tony Stewart back in the day. He drives to 14. I'm going to go with Chase Briscoe, my last pick.
Best active Cup driver with 1 win. That's who it is. Chase Briscoe. All right. Finish us off, Tyler, here.
Gosh, there were so many left on the table. We're all too scared to pick older drivers. I was thinking of picking someone like Richard Brickhouse, just because of that whole 1969 Talladega race that everyone talks about as the worst race ever. And just because of that memory there, I could have went with Jerry Nadeau over with Hendrick Motorsports in the early 2000s. I want to go with my last pick to be someone in between the 2000s and the 70s, Lake Speed, driver of the number 83 machine when he was able to get the win at Darlington. Maybe not the most recognizable driver for newer NASCAR fans, but there are some iconic cars that he raced in the 90s and 80s. I feel like he deserves a recognition. I really went on the route of people who need recognitions more than anything, and that might bite me in the butt, but I feel like Lake Speed is actually a good pick. I probably would have switched him with Cole Custer, but I got someone from the very beginning, got someone there in the 60s, someone there at NASCAR's prime, you could say, and then in the newer part of NASCAR.
And he almost got his ass whooped by Michael Waltrip one time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The spam car, baby.
I picture like the fans voting for Tyler, like that Halloween costume meme. I just picture them like some 80-year-old guy, like sitting
No
in like
lie.
a rocking chair.
No lie. We had a costume contest. We had a dirt race on Tuesday, Halloween night. Don't ask me why. We had a costume contest. The fans got to like applaud who they wanted to win. The kid that won dressed up as himself. He had no costume.
Wow.
Wow.
I like that.
Understandable.
Very
No.
unique.
Any honorable mentions? I have one. Since he said Nadu, I have one honorable mention left.
All right, you can we'll go top screen to bottom. So Will, you're top of my screen. So what's
So-
your honorable mention?
My honorable mention I had number 9 overall originally was Phil Parsons,
Yep.
1980 Talladega.
Yeah, so let me just make sure. I think that's that's it for me. That he was going to be my honorable mention. Another guy, good, pretty solid career, just like didn't nothing kind of panned out. Tyler, honorable mention.
Oh my gosh. Dick Passwater, man. What a freaking name that is. I love that name.
In the number 69 car.
I'll say Lenny Pond. Lenny Pond is
Good
one of
name.
those ones who got that shocking win out of nowhere in that Talladega race. No one saw him coming. I think that's a deserving of an honorable mention.
Okay, all right. Wow, Dick Passwater, 93.
Dick Hammer Bush.
He's 93 years old.
He ran 20 races, scored 14 top tens and one victory, and that win was at Charlotte Speedway.
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
Dick Passwater. Good for him.
Good for him.
We're all just freaking 5-year-olds.
Good for
Dick
him.
Passwater.
Good for Dick Passwater. All right. Armani, do you have an honorable mention?
I'll steal Tyler's. I'll go with Richard Brickhouse just because again that Talladega story.
Ooh.
Another one where a scoring error is probably the reason he got that win more than anything. So it's really interesting how a couple of these guys, there is a real good chance they should not have a win.
Yeah. Does anybody know how Dick Passwater was that like kind of like a dominating win or what
I
happened?
don't know. I can look this up real
Let's
quick.
look it up.
While you, Johnny, did you have an honorable
Hey,
mention? While
I
look this
heard
up?
he was pounding the competition, so
uh,
I'm gonna have a
man.
heart attack from laughing.
Oh wow.
stupid.
All right, so I'm reading about Dick Passwater. He led 3 laps in his NASCAR career.
What?
Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
Is it
I wanna know what's the
ultimate?
last one.
No. What's worse, that or Justin Haley's win?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I would probably
And those 3 laps came from that win. Driver of the number 78 machine.
good for him.
Beat a guy named Goober Sosibi. What a race. What a goddamn race,
no,
I'm
he
telling
did
you.
not. No, he did not.
What a
Oh
great.
man. All right. Well,
Finishing third was Hugh Janus.
oh,
We were
geez.
children.
Well, the more you learn. To be honest, I'd never heard of Mr. Passwater until today, to be honest with you.
Now he's being professional, Mr. Passwater.
There's
No,
your
I'm
random
serious.
fact of the day. You can find
Mr.
all this on
Passwater.
Vanilla Wafers channels. I'll find some random
I'm
fact
sure
for
we
you guys.
inspired a Vanilla Wafers video through this video.
I think we might have.
This is your
We
next
have to
video.
tell the people about Dick Passwater.
Dick Passwater.
Wow, he had a sick car. Someone needs to do a throwback of that car he has.
Dick Passwater.
Beautiful. That looks like Stafford.
There goes Armani dropped his camera.
That's terrible.
What?
Dick Passwater.
Well, I apologize to the fans for having to listen to this soliloquy here at the end. But there you have it. All right, so let's look first at Tyler's team. He's got Mario and sorry.
I got Mario Andretti, who is by far one of the best drivers in motorsports. Not able yet to get his autograph card. I'm still hunting for that. Then I got the 1950 champion of Bill Rexford, Cole Custer, who was able to get a win in the 2020, and then Lake Speed to cap it off.
Lake Speed. All right, that's another good name. Then we've got Armani. Armani, don't worry, I'll cover this one for you. Johnny Benson with the first pick in this. The second overall pick in the draft was Johnny Benson. Then Regan Smith, then Brett Bodine, and Chase Briscoe. I've got Trevor Bayne, Paul Menard, Casey Mears, and Justin Haley. And Will's got Wendell Scott, SVG, Danny Suarez, and Austin Cindric. I think it's going to be between Will and I, quite frankly. I think maybe Mario Andretti will gather a lot of votes, but the rest of that team, I don't know how many people know Bill Rexford and Lake Speed. I feel like some people know Lake Speed, but
that's a badass name.
Meanwhile, Armani's going to be just dog water over there, thinking of
Dick
water.
Yeah,
I'm still laughing at Dick Piss Water over here.
No, bath water.
Piss water, not piss water, you dumb.
Yeah, what the heck?
This poor man, he's gonna haunt us tonight.
Yeah, what the hell? Man. All right, well, we didn't say that. We were just we respect the name. It's a cool name. I don't know what else to say. I mean, that's a cool name. So there you have it. There are the 16 picks, 4 teams. Again, I have a win. Vanilla Wafers has a win. The Motor Minister has a win. And Will NASCAR Opinion is searching for his first win. How do you vote? Couple ways. At JOTT_podcast on Twitter. That is my Twitter account. That is me posting on Twitter. You can vote via the Twitter poll. How else can you vote? My YouTube channel, Johnny on the Track. The poll will go live. You can vote that way. How else can you vote, you might ask? Vanilla Wafers 44 on YouTube. That is Tyler there. He posts the poll as well. So if you want to vote that way, why you might do that, I'm not sure, especially if you're watching this video on, well, I'm saying like if you're watching this video
I see what
channel,
you mean now.
You might just find it easy to vote for my channel. But if, I don't know, for some reason, if you don't and you're like, I like Vanilla Wafers better, fine, do it that way.
Which you should.
That way. And then what we'll do, we'll tally them up. We'll also post a little graphic of each team, which is a lot of fun. Definitely retweet that, share it, however you might be able to do that. And then we'll see who wins. We've got plenty of ideas brewing for stuff we can do in the future. We're excited about this segment. We're going to keep it going if you guys like it. Put what you think your team would be in the comment section below. Give this video a like. It goes a long way for the channel. And of course, if you're a first-time listener, first-time watcher, subscribe for more content. We talk motorsports all the time. I know the NASCAR season just concluded or is concluding. I don't really know when this will get posted, but no matter what, we'll do plenty of stuff in the off season to keep you guys ready for February when NASCAR kicks off again. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I win.